Good morning, YouTube. Your man, All the Way George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Well, as I know, the bodybuilding season is almost toward the end. There's at least three more shows. One show is November, and that is the Romanian Muscle Fest. And for that, as a qualifier for next year's 2021 Olympia weekend. You know, and it's gonna be pretty much mostly a European show. As you know, a lot of Europeans can't travel to America to compete, and a lot of Americans can't travel overseas to compete. But this is gonna be a really probably it might be a good stack show, like because a lot of European bodybuilders couldn't be able to come here to compete and do the show, so there's a opportunity so they can be able to do the shows in their country. But anyway, this is the list confirmed by the IFBB and the Olympia of the qualifiers for this year's 2020 Miss Olympia for the Olympian weekend. Now, this is the return to female bodybuilding to the Olympia after a 6-year hiatus. As you know, back in 2014, the last show was that was the last show, and Iris Kyle became a 10-time Miss Olympia. That's the most Olympias any by both men or women in the history of the sport. And this is a return, and also this will be returned Iris Kyle and a couple other, not just Iris Kyle, but another Miss Olympia, Yekaterina Keene is going to be on this. But let me just go ahead and just drop the names. Now, first off is Irene Anderson of Sweden. Irene, she placed third at last year's Rising Phoenix show. Now it's the Rising Phoenix, now the Invitational, so because she's one of the third runner up at that show, she gets a bye to this year's this year's Miss Olympia. This year's the Rising Phoenix is not going to be like a Olympia show anymore. Mostly, it's going to be based on contests and also by points. But let's keep on going. Next up is Myla Ash. And Myla Ash won the New York Pro, which was also another bodybuilding show that brought the return of female bodybuilding to this contest. It was, female bodybuilding has been asking for the New York Pro for almost maybe about 4 or 5 years or more, I believe. It was run by Bev Francis. And this was always, to me, like kind of the one person you wouldn't spring the turning back on female bodybuilding would be Bev Francis. She was the lady who was saw as controversial back in 1983, where she was competed at the Las Vegas Pro Cup along against former two-time Miss Olympia Rachel Melesh. People saw she was too muscular. And then her last competition was in '91, where she came in being I'm just impressed with muscle. I just love that year when she just came in. She came in like a beast and went out like a beast. Next up is Roshana Boswell. Miss Boswell is a former physique competitor who made switch to bodybuilding this year. She placed second at the Omaha Pro. She also placed second at this year's Chicago Pro. And she's upcoming. I did a video where I think she should have won Chicago Pro, but there've been a lot of like I said, I listed a lot of people who are more specialized critiquing everybody, but just not fans, but like issues with her back and other things. But I hope she can work those things out. But I think Rochelle might make the top 10. That's a good. I don't not top 5, but I think she's gonna make the top 10. That's a possibility. Next up is Kim Buck. Now, Miss Buck has competed this year at both the Savannah Pro and the New York Pro. We placed second. And also, give the best wishes out to Miss Buck, because, I was hearing that her father's been sick. I don't think it's coronavirus. It's just he was an older gentleman, and I think it's just basically his things happens because anybody knows, especially when I was dealing with my mother, she was quite often sick, and I can understand her. I can really understand her. I want to reach out and say, I might make a video and reach out to her, because have understanding the feeling of it. Anyway, Kim's been along for a while, for a long time. She's been running up with quite a few shows, but she's won some. And I hope she can probably make the top 10. That's a big hope. I hope that she does. Another lady is Nikki Chatrin. Now, Nikki has been a while, quite some time. She originally started as a physique competitor. She made her debut as a bodybuilding back at the I think it was the 2018 Linda Murray show, which took first place. And I always feel like this. I remember when I saw that show, like I think she took first place, and I think she should have swapped out because my favorite bodybuilder, Tisha Thompson, took third. I think Tisha should took first, Nikki should take third, and I think Teresa Envex was second that year also, but leave Teresa in the second part. And also, she was one of part of the 5 days part of the envoy for best poser at the last year's Power Grace at the Miss Olympia at the Miss Olympia show. You know, but like I said, let's keep on going. Next up is Mona Quiosa. I think that's the name. She's the Italian bodybuilder. She won last year's Romania Muscle Fest. She's pretty impressive, and I'm surprised that she beat Natalia Kovasnova, or AKA Natalia Amazonica. But I think it's not just about size and muscles; it's about how well you have the muscles. So this is going to be a big shot for her. Possibly she might make the top 10, but I don't probably feel like she may not. She might bottom out, maybe like 11 or 12 if she's lucky. Next up is Asha Hadley. Now, Miss Hadley, Hadley used to be a figure competitor. Last time she competed back in 2016 at the Olympia. And I think she didn't do as well. I think she placed fourth or fifth at that show. And she made a return and decided to bodybuilding. And she won the inaugural Linda Murray Savannah Pro. And that's pretty impressive. I'm a big fan of Hadley. I think she has a great body, great set of abs. I mean, if you follow me, I have a page on Facebook called Abs of Steel, and I use her picture of her from one of her photos of her, just her abs is the what's best way to say it? What's it? It's a part of the profile for the site. I might even post the site in my YouTube description. Check it out. It's called Abs of Steel, and you will see her abs. She has a great set of abs. I love her abs. She has an amazing body, a great look. She's also possibly a top 10 maker, or even she might even get the top 5. We just wait to see. Another lady here is Alina Hevani. She's a bodybuilder from the Czech Republic. She competed at last year's Muscle Fest, and also she was placed second at this year Europa show, in Spain, the Europa Championships. So she might get some good luck, but I don't think she's gonna make a top 10. But it's all depending. The judges are gonna look and pick who they feel they want to be, and that's theirs. Mostly a lot of it be politics, and just basically looks and style. But that's just here and there. All right. After that, it's Teresa Invik. Now, Teresa's been around some time. She just won the Chicago Pro. She won last year's Linda Murray show. And she kind of, to me, like I said in the video, where she kind of, is not as large as she used to be. But I think, like I said, she placed the top 6. I was correcting because I thought she placed top 5 actually at the Rising Phoenix, but she was number 6 at that show. And this could be a chance. She might be in the top 10, maybe even the top 5. It's all dependent. Just like I said, I'm just giving my theory as a fan. After Teresa, there is, I love this, Monique Jones. Now, Miss Jones, she won the 2019 Muscle Fest show. No, the 2018 Muscle Fest. Correction, 2018 Muscle Fest, which gave her a shot to be at the 2019 Rising Phoenix. She got 5th place. There's a lot of controversy with this. Some people say that she should have got either 4th place, but or even possibly 3rd. But like I said, I'm not a judge. I'm just a fan. I'm speaking my opinion. I'm a big fan of Miss Jones, and I'm thinking about right now. I'm going to work on doing a video about her. Probably some little history stuff like that, because she's an amazing body, a great look. I think she's lovely, and also, she's into boxing. I think something sexy about female bodybuilders and boxing gloves. I get into that to one of my perfect stage moments. All right. After Monique Jones is the return of the 10-time Miss Olympia Iris Kyle. Now, Iris has been around. She's 10-time Miss Olympia, 7-time Miss International. She's a legend. I mean, I used to be not, kind of like, I was like, she wins so many Olympias. Sometimes I was kind of guys, I hate when you win so many times, you get tired of somebody, but, it's good to see somebody. She's in great shape. She's around my age. You wouldn't believe she's around my age. And she's in great shape. She owns a business. She's wanted to come back around about 2017, but, they were saying, hey, you got to compete. But then that same year, they let Emina Pop-Up compete at the Rising Phoenix, but didn't. She had to compete in any show. So, that's a double standard of how some things are done. I talk about how double standards is, and you saw some of my videos and some of my political stuff. Anyway, next up is Janine Rakowski. Now, Miss Rakowski is a legend. She's been around for a long time. She's from the great country of Canada. She lives in Tampa. She lives in Tampa, Florida. She's won several Best Poser awards. She was along with Nikki Chartrand. She was part of the envoy for the 2019 Power and Grace seminar at the Olympia weekend that year. She's a great poser. This is she hadn't been in, I think, the Olympia a long time. I think she's one of, maybe right on this list, one of 3 or 4 women who had competed at the Olympia. Other than, like I said, Iris. I know Margie V. Martin. Most definitely, Monique may have been there too, and maybe Janine. I gotta look back and check the history. But I feel like she's been around long enough. She probably had done Olympia. After Monique is Marvelous Margie V. Martin, a former United States Marine sergeant, a mother of 2 children, the first 2-time Rising Phoenix champion. She is a great woman, amazing body. She decided to skip this year's Rising Phoenix show, so just be focused on the Olympia. This is my theory. I'm gonna say it like this, and people may not agree with me, but the top 3, she's gonna be part of the top 3. I feel it in my bones. It's just about Margie. She might win it. There's a good chance she might win it. But Iris come back. But Iris been gone for a long time. She hasn't. She just obviously keeps herself in good shape. But it's just a big difference now. And I think there's a good chance that she might even win it or maybe place second. But she's gonna be the top 3. Definitely. I feel like Margie's gonna be a top 3. After Margie is Madonna McDay. Now Miss Day won the Tampa Bay Pro this year. She's been around quite some time. She's mostly to make top 5 or, be in the top 10. There's not a lot of social media along with Madonna McDay. She needs to get either a Twitter or Facebook or something like that. Really, the people to follow her, get her attention. But I think she's more like a person. She may not be into that stuff, and I respect that for a reason. All right. After that is Yaxini Orkeen. Now, here's the thing about Yaxini. Yaxini is the only woman to have beaten Iris for the Miss Olympia title. She beat her back in, I think, was 2005. And that is something she has over Iris, being the only person to beat her for the title. Now, yes, the last 2 years you did have, Linda Murray. But you got to remember, between 2002 and 2003, they had the weight classes. So, I think that year back in, I think 2005 was the last time we had Miss Olympias with a weight class. And I think Iris beat her in the I think Yaxini beat Iris in the overall, and she won that. I think she won at least 3 or 5 Miss Internationals. Now after that is, let's see, Andrea Shaw. Oh my God, I love Andrea Shaw. She's so beautiful. She's so amazing. She's like an amalgamation of 2 bodybuilders I like. Andrea Harris White and Kim Perez. She has Andrea's face, that jawline, that face that's just strong, just strong bones, and she has Kim Perez's arms. She's like, if you can, like, if it's possible to merge 2 women together and make one, that's Andrea Shaw. Now Andrea won the Omaha Pro. Now she made a debut as a bodybuilder. She's also a former physique competitor. She made a debut as a bodybuilder at the 2019 Chicago Pro. She placed second to Alicia Young. Now next up here is Hella Trevino, the two-time Miss Rising Phoenix star. Hella won the championship back in 2017 and turned around back in 2019. Hella's been here quite some time. I did a video about her that many years ago when she came in. She came in as a young up and start in about the early 2000s. Then an injury set her for about at least 7 or 8 years. And then she popped back about 2011. She is also one of the few women who has competed at the Miss Olympia and making their return to Miss Olympia. She's an amazing body. I follow her on Facebook. Amazing body, great condition. she's pretty cool. And I talked about how she lost her mother last year. What was it about last year? And she was still wanting to come back and compete because she wanted to do the spirit of her mother. And let's see, next up here, last but certainly least, Margarita Zobalova. She is a former, also a physique competitor. She competed at the this year's Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic for physique at 2020, and then she's the winner of the Europa Championships. She's also a Czech Republic, like Alina Havani, and this is an opportunity to to compete at the Miss Olympia. She's been to she's been to Olympia before, as I think she competed at Physique Olympia, but this is Miss Olympia, the true Olympia. Now these are just the names that show. I feel some names are missing. I'm surprised I don't see Alicia Young in here, but Alicia has to win a major show. Like even if Alicia wins the Rising Phoenix, I don't know if that would give her automatic bye to the Miss Olympia because as you know, the Rising Phoenix is invitational. Just a few names that I'm kind of surprised to see in here, but I think who did I miss? I pretty much got about everybody. So these are the ladies competing for the Miss Olympia. And like I said, this is my theory again. I would say top top five. I'm gonna say most definitely Margie. I'm gonna say Andrea Shaw, Hella Trevino, Asher Hadley, and maybe there's gonna be a battle between I think Nikki Chartrand and Teresa Invek. If not, there might be Margarita Zavalota, one or two. Yegzini maybe, I don't know. Yegzini, well, I heard some stuff about Yegzini, so I'm not gonna say, but But anyway, let's move on to something else because, like I said, I'm trying to do a little more physique, and because like I said, this is my feeling about physique. Physique is watered down female bodybuilding. It's alternatives created when you have to decided to drop bodybuilding from the lineup, but now bodybuilding has returned, and this is just and what is it? The reason why it's growing so much because a lot of women who just can't make that leap just yet, but you see more being pushed because you're seeing a lot of figure competitors switching to physique because they want to get out of the high heels, and plus the figures are getting bigger, and this is one thing you might always cut out figure, you might as well cut it out, and just allow these ladies just transfer fully to physique. That'd be a lot easier for me. Get on the high heels, or sit back down and do fitness because that's the fitness women are just as muscular as the physique girls. But anyway, I'm gonna start off here with the this year physiques Chicago Pro winner, Miss Yolene Rayina Bay, or I just call her Olivia Bay. Now Olivia's been waxed quite some time. I did a video about her, there was a controversy where she was disqualified from this year's Arnold Schwarzenegger show because she came from China. And I said again, she came here months before, and she had enough time. That was at least enough time for her to get quarantined. But that's not here or there. So she's pretty cool. I watched Chef All on 6. She's crazy. She's wild. I like her. And she's friends with Monique Jones. Next up is what's the name again? Daniela Castello. She's a Brazilian bodybuilder. I don't know much about her. Like I said, a lot of physique ladies I don't follow as much because next up is Tanya Chantrad. She's also a Canadian bodybuilder. I'm wondering if it's Nikki. Maybe, I don't know, but it might be just a common name like over in Canada, like Smith, like here in the United States, or Jones. Also, Laura Taref, she's from Spain. I don't know much about her. If you know her name, I don't want to chop up her name because, like I said, there's quite a few names I don't know. I don't want to mess them up. So she's a physique competitor. She competed also, I think, at I think this year's, she competed at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. I don't know if it's this year or last year. Another name here is Natalia Abraham Canejo. She has been around for quite a while. She's a young, up-and-coming physique competitor. She won this year's Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. She's kind of cute. She got a nice body. She competed at last year's Miss Olympia, at the Olympia weekend at the physique. I think she placed second. But But that's, like I say, she's pretty impressive. I follow her too. Um, Next up is Rachel Daniels. And, I think this is Rachel Daniels, aka Miss Lois Lane. I follow her. She's very cool. She's very impressive. Her story is like years ago she got an accident and she had gotten, I think, some kind of a brace on her spine, and she has that big tattoo on the back of it. And I follow her. She used some great posing, and she's very into rap and hip hop. After that is Jeannie Fadley, or she's been a while. She's been competing quite some time. She's placed second, I think, at the Savannah Pro. She also, I think, she got in the top five at this year's Chicago Pro for physique. Another one is Shanique. I'm gonna correct it. Shanique Grant, who is the two-time physics Olympia champion. She's impressive. She's only 25 years old. Unbelievable muscle, and she's very beautiful. I might do a video about her, but it's gonna be like a Pervy Sage video because I know many of my subscribers, they love my Pervy Sage videos, and I probably do one about her. Yeah, she is. I kind of like her. She's very attractive, and she's young at 25 years old, and being a two-time Miss Olympia, and that's just something. I would say that's a hard thing to do. Especially with so many older and well-known competitors that's been around. Now, after that, see who's next up is Barbara Menage. Now, I just did a video for Barbara. She's one of two French competitors that won at the physique competition for the Europa Championships. She's pretty cool. She's an amazing person. She's a mother. She's a competitive bodybuilder. I mean, like I said, she reached out to me. She wanted to help because she wants to be able to come to America to compete in mission. It's to the Olympia. She has competed before at some shows here in America as an amateur, but she finally got a pro card, and this is a chance. And like I said again, everybody wants to come to Hollywood. That's what America. America's like Hollywood. Everybody wants to come, and I would like her to come. She's very impressive. She has a nice body, and she's a decent person. If she just reached out to me for help, and I was just talking to her on I posted her video and I sent it to her, and I was talking to her via IG, and she's pretty good. And she likes the video. She's really proud, and I think I told her to share it with other people. And if you might subscribe, you follow, contact her. See, whatever she wants to give. You got, like I said, a few dollars, help her out. Now, this is from Russia, Valentina Mishka. Now, Valentina, she won, I think, last year's Tampa Bay Pro. She's been quite around some times. I think she competed against a few times against one body mentioned by Katie Lee. She's pretty impressive. She's got a nice body. Also, I follow her on IG. Here is Anne Laura Mon. She's the winner of the Europa championships. Like I said, she's the second French bodybuilder, but she's the winner of that show, and she also competed at this year's Arnold 2020 Classic in physique. Victoria Mysilk, she's from Canada. I don't know much about her. Ivani Oray, she's a U.S. I don't know much about her. Laura Richardson, I don't know about her. Peja, whatever name, she's from Thailand. She's won the Rising Phoenix show last year, and she's been at the Olympia weekend quite a few times. I'm not gonna say her name because it's really confusing. She's from Thailand, so Sarah Vegas, Brittany Watts, Trisha Wood, and once again she's double dipping, Margarita Zomalova. And she's double dipping. I don't know. They let you do that. I mean, she's competing in Miss Olympia and competing in Physique Olympia, so she didn't want to take her chances. But with this stack, the Physique competition is really stacked, so there's a good chance she might not, make the top 10, or maybe make the top 5. It's all dependent. But like I said, I don't follow Physique as much, but I'm gonna give my guess. Now, as you know, you're always gonna go with the champion. So Shanique is gonna win the. She's gonna win it. I think Natalia might play second. Let's see. Let me see. Like I say, I don't follow the meaning. Maybe Margarita might get third or fourth. Then Rachel Daniels, she's amazing. She, like I said, she wasn't sure she wanted to compete. She just got her pro card. She wasn't sure she was going to compete, and then she wins the Savannah Pro. But here's the thing is, she's too tatted, and also what's going to hurt her is that she does not have. This is a big thing. Physique women mostly the idea of beauty and classic look, and I think the thing that's going to hurt her is that she's too tatted, and also as we know, judges love that you have fake boobs. I respect women who don't get the breast implants, but there's a good chance she might be able to make the top 10, but not the top 5 or the top 3. Um, Bay Olivia, maybe she might make the top 5. And some of the others, like Jenny Fadley, she's been around for a while, and the lady from Thailand, I think she's also made top 3 or top 5. And some of these other names, like I said, I don't know much about, but I think like most definitely Grant is going to win the title. Natalia's probably going to take the second, and I think third is going to be between top 5 might be Valentina Mishka and maybe the chick from Thailand, or it's going to be between her or Margarita. Now these are just my theories. I'm a fan. I'm just critiquing. So any of you guys, you have your ideas, your theories, share them, because, and if I could, I would love to go to the Olympia. I always wanted to go to a bodybuilding show. Most of the time I was either working, I couldn't afford it, but, I would love to. Well, I heard Vegas is pretty reasonable compared to most other places because, Vegas don't have no tax, property tax. And then plus, somebody told me a long time ago, the motels are cheap because most everybody's gambling. Anyway, this is the lineup for the 2020 Olympia weekend for both women's bodybuilding and women's physique. It's your man, all the way George Page. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.